film about dreams. What do you do when you're 18, young, fit, really good at playing football and can bend a ball like David Beckham, but you're a girl?
I found the script very funny as well, and just very, and it was, in some points it was very close to the bone. It felt like it was my story. Like, I know this is to do with football in terms of my kind of acting side of things. It just felt like, oh God, some of this is like, that's my mom, you know, that's my dad, and it's brilliant. So I kind of related to it a lot.
Football is the background of the film, because that's the plot. But in terms of father-daughter relationship, mother-daughter relationship, in terms of boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, in terms of it's a leaf from life.
I think it's just all about growing up. It's not about being Indian and living in a country here and there's a culture clash. There's a generational culture clash, if you like, between parents and children. And I think that's what's so appealing about the film. It's quite universal in that respect.
The film's about two girls who are really, really, really good at playing football, and the film's about their parents, their friends, other people who say girls really shouldn't be playing.
I loved it. It's sort of really girl power, and that, you know, is so great because I think there's a big thing in England about girls not being able to play football.
It's fantastic. I was saying to somebody today, I'm living in my dream. This is what I wanted to do. About a year ago, I wrote something which is called a cosmic shopping list, and on one of the things on that list was to do a film. And now I'm sitting here doing it, and to be given an opportunity, especially for a young Asian actress, to be in a film and to play a lead is not that usual. So it's brilliant.
In our film, the mothers have their own brand of femininity. Jess's mother wants her to be more like a typical Indian daughter who's good at cooking, can cook all kinds of curry, clean the house, and really set herself up for a nice Indian man to marry. Whereas Jules's mother wants her to be more into makeup and clothes and present herself, you know, so she will have the pick of men to choose from. Both of these are kind of quite valid ideas of how girls and how women should be from women of that generation. But our girls have got completely different ideas. Our girls want to aim for the top, go out and achieve it. And that's very much what young girls are about in the 21st century.
I was very fascinated when I read the script. It's very cheekily written, it's very, very interestingly written, and yet it is rounded. It does not leave any loopholes.
I like the characters, and I thought it was also, it's sort of satirical, but it's compassionate. You know, it's not poking fun at people at their expense. It sort of loves the people.
First reaction when I read the script was I laughed, and it was good. It was kind of like East is East meets Billy Elliot, but about football and a woman, and then that kind of works. And whenever I say that to my friends, oh, what's the film about? I say that, and they're like, that sounds really good, it's really funny. It was funny. It was a really tight script, and I liked it.
When I first read the script of It Like Beckham, I laughed a lot. I found it incredibly funny, and I just loved Pinky's part. It's just a very simple story, but a very funny story and a kind of a coming-of-age film.
We called the film Bend It Like Beckham because Beckham is such a hero, you know, in many, many ways. I mean, his ability to bend the ball like he does, it was a wonderful metaphor for our film in the sense that what so many girls have to do is bend the rules to get what they want, you know. It's not about breaking the rules, it's not about having conflict with your parents, it's about finding a balance between what you want and what your parents want. So the bending of the ball was a fantastic metaphor to bending the rules.
About young people wanting to live their life and being the way they want to be and pursue the careers they want. But at the same time that conflicts with what the parents want. And I think that's one of the best things I like about the film, because you also see the other girl, the English girl in it, whose parents also object to it. So it's not just an Indian thing. And for so much time now, that seems to, you know, East is East, goodness gracious me, it's done and it's very funny and it's finished now. So it's nice that we're going that one step forward and not just saying, you know, it's about a culture clash. Parents are Indian, we live here, East meets West. It's just about children and wanting to, you know, pursue their goals in life, and parents objecting.
Jules, she's a bit of a tomboy, very feisty, but a bit sexy too, and damn good at football. I think she's really the don of the football team. So yeah, great fun.
Taz, I make him out to be, he's is not a very nice guy, actually. He's a bit arrogant, he's a bit cocky. He doesn't like the fact that a girl can play better football than him. He can't accept it at all, and he's just a lad, really, you know, arrogant, cocky boy.
I tried to train with Jess and Jules as much as possible because I felt that I couldn't ask them to do anything that I couldn't do myself, and so I had to be 100% alert, and I almost had to give 10% more, being the coach. You know, I had to be the first there, the last to leave, which is, you know, which at the start I found very, very difficult because I don't think many people expected me to do as much football training as I was doing. And they were like a little bit surprised, and that element of surprise was what I wanted to bring to my whole, to the whole part.
I think one of my favourite moments has to be the wedding. It was just incredible. It was really, really incredible. I mean, a lot of actors I spoke to who came onto that shoot just loved it. Because a lot of the actors there were people that we've all known. We're all like one big family. And this is the first film where we've all been able to get together. Even if they've got one line or two lines, people didn't care. It was a wedding and we were out there to have fun. And I felt I was getting married all over again. It was really weird. It was the first scene I really felt I wasn't acting. I mean, I'd like to think I'm not acting in every scene, but it was quite incredible. And, you know, people like Nushi, who played my mother, was in tears when she was watching it. And the dancing and everybody just feeling part of that fun. I think that was one of the best moments.
Never seen a director treat her crew quite that way. There's a hierarchy within films that is so existent, and you can't escape it, and it doesn't exist on this film. There has been, you know, everything has been a progression towards making the work better. If there is a discussion or if there's an argument, it's always a productive, creative argument, never an argument of the ego, which didn't exist on this film, which was beautiful to work on, because I very, very rarely have enjoyed the films that I've worked on. I really like making films and I really like performing, but very rarely do you get to actually enjoy the film, enjoy the making process. This I have very, very much. I'm going to miss everyone.
This film encourages you, and also this film tells you to dream.
You should absolutely go for what you believe in. And don't let anybody stop you achieving what you want to achieve. And if you're good at something, you know, it's very hard to find something that you're good at. It's a great rarity, and especially finding it at a young age like Jules and Jess have. That, you know, if you found something, then you should just go for it with all the passion and gusto that you can muster. Otherwise, you know, what's the point? It's like, you know, life's too short to kind of sit there and go, well, what if and what if? You know, you just go for it.
So I think that's the message, that life is beautiful.
Why did you stand like this?